guys, this is Ian here again with Raw Beer Review. Today I'll be doing Green Flash Palate Wrecker. For those of you that don't know about this beer, this is an Imperial IPA that's actually mashed with hopped wort. That means that they go through the whole cycle of mashing and then adding the hops, and then they go back and they take that wort and they mash all over again. So they're going through that same process again of soaking the grains to release all the fermentable sugars, but they're doing it with wort that's already hopped. So as you can imagine, it adds a whole new dimension of hop flavor to the beer, and it's been described by a lot of people as completely palate numbing, just because the bitterness and the hop flavor that comes out of it is so intense. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and try this beer. So as far as the appearance, as you can see, this beer has a nice kind of golden amber, almost like an orangey color in the right light, with a white head on it that dissipates pretty quickly. Again, like other high alcohol beers, that's going to happen. I wouldn't expect to see much lacing on this as I start drinking it. And yeah, you can see a little bit of alcohol legs on the glass. So let's check out the aroma on this beast. Wow. I mean, right away you're hit with just huge hop character. There's a lot of pine and grapefruit like there are in most IPAs, but then you also get this kind of dankness or this like garlicky, oniony kind of just goodness in the beer. There's also a lot of tropical and citrus fruits in there. Definitely some mango. Oh yeah, I mean that's good. Now for my favorite part, let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Alright. Very, very hoppy. Very bitter. Definitely palate numbing. Okay, I mean this is definitely a very dank Imperial IPA. You get a little bit of that like garlicky, oniony kind of taste. Definitely some pine and some grapefruit in there too. Some overly ripe fruits. Yeah, like definitely some mango. It's good. As far as the mouthfeel, this beer has, what I would call like a light to medium mouthfeel. That's how I describe most IPAs. It's not that it's heavy. It's not heavy like an Imperial Stout or like a barley wine. But it definitely has very, very heavy hop character. It's very bitter. It numbs your palate. If you're the kind of person that, you're kind of, maybe you can have one or two IPAs, it might be kind of hard to work your way through this one. The alcohol is pretty much completely covered, and then the aftertaste is just, still that like dank grapefruit, piney hoppiness. It just kind of like sits in your mouth and it doesn't go away, which is really, really good. So overall, with the Green Flash Palate Wrecker, I would say that this is a very, very good Imperial IPA. Is it the best that I've ever had? Maybe, but sometimes IPAs can be a little bit hard to compare because you have double IPAs that sit around 8%. This one's 9.5%. There's other ones that are upwards of 10%. and they're all usually hopped with the brewery's own, combination of hops, so you get a lot of different flavors out of that. It's very unique in its own right. It has kind of a palate-numbing bitterness to it, where you'll be sitting there 30 seconds, even 5 minutes after you've taken a sip of this beer, and then your palate still legitimately does feel pretty numb. There's a character to it that I think is coming from the way that they mash with the hopped wort. I can't really describe it. I'll just tell you that it doesn't taste like any other Imperial IPA I've ever had. I like the fact that even though it is incredibly bitter, you can still get the hop character out of it. There's definitely some Imperial IPAs where you try it, it's super bitter, but you can't pick out that grapefruit, that onion, that mango. So definitely good for this one. I like that. But yeah, without further me rambling on, I think that's all I have to say about this beer. So cheers, guys.